Short Pump and Midlothian are Richmond's most desirable suburbs to live in, but they couldn't feel more different. From home prices to commute times, lifestyle, and schools, today we're going to look at the top 4 reasons why one place might just be right for you and why the other might leave you feeling disappointed. So let's dive in. Starting with location, Short Pump and Midlothian might only be 15 minutes from one another, but they deliver completely different suburban experiences. Short Pump is located in Henrico County, north of the James River. According to the latest Virginia demographic reports, it has a 2025 projected population of 28,444 residents. It's positioned about 14 miles northwest of downtown Richmond, which means you can get into the city pretty quickly when you need to. Short Pump derives its name from a tavern that once stood at a key crossroad in the early 19th century. Established around 1814 by Colonel Robert H. Sanders, the tavern was located at the intersections of Three Chop Road, formerly Three Notch Trail, Richmond Turnpike, and Pouncey Track Road. It served as a vital rest stop for travelers journeying between Richmond and the Blue Ridge Mountains. According to local legend, the tavern featured a water pump with an unusually short handle beneath its porch. It was used to water stagecoach horses. This distinctive feature led to the area being referred to as Short Pump, and the name was officially recorded by 1853. The transformation of Short Pump over the past 2 decades has been really cool to witness. What was once primarily farmland has evolved into one of the region's premier commercial and residential hubs. There used to be a time when West Broad Street was just a 2-lane road with a couple stores. Now it's arguably the heart of Richmond's shopping and dining scene. On the other side of the James River, we have Midlothian in Chesterfield County. With a 2025 population estimate of 18,702, it's quite smaller than Short Pump. However, because it's located approximately 12 miles southwest of downtown Richmond, Midlothian gets you slightly closer to the city and all of its amenities. At first glance, they seem very similar, but there are definitely some big differences. So let's get into the pros and cons of both. Midlothian, like much of Richmond, has a rich history. While Short Pump is newer, Midlothian has a much longer history that goes back to the 1700s when it was known for coal mining. You can still see the signs of the history in some of the older parts of town. What's interesting is that even though Short Pump is younger, it's grown so much faster over the years. In Richmond, we tend to orientate everything to being north or south of the river. So Midlothian is often referred to as South Side. However, a Richmonder would never say North Side to describe Short Pump, which is a little confusing. North of the river is where you'll find Short Pump, and here you'll see newer homes, wider roads, and a more modern suburban feel. South of the river in Midlothian, the neighborhoods are more established with big trees and a mix of older and newer homes and neighborhoods. While Short Pump has exploded in growth in previous years, Midlothian has been growing at its own rapid pace in the last 5 to 10 years as well. And its development has brought about one great advantage for its future homebuyers: the variety of housing and area options. That diversity is actually one of Midlothian's hidden strengths that many buyers don't realize until they start looking at homes here. Next, let's talk about schools and education. We'll be taking a closer look at what your potential home could look like in either of these suburbs a little later. But first, I want us to make a quick stop at schools and education because one of these has some pretty impressive stats to boast about. Short Pump is part of Henrico County Public Schools, and the schools in this area do very well. According to School Digger, Short Pump Middle School ranks in the top 12% of all middle schools in Virginia. It was actually 50th out of 417 schools statewide in the 2023 to 2024 school year. If you're looking at high schools, niche.com gives Deep Run High School an A+ rating and ranks it as Virginia's 7th best public high school and Henrico County's #1 high school. But really, the school quality here is consistent throughout the area. Virtually every school serving the area performs above state averages, which can give you more flexibility when choosing what street to call home. As always, though, I recommend parents visit schools themselves to ensure they're making the best decision for their and their kids' particular needs. And the same goes for Midlothian. Midlothian has excellent education options throughout Chesterfield County Public Schools, though with a bit more variability. Cosby High School and Midlothian High School both rank among Virginia's top high schools. Midlothian is ranked as Chesterfield County's #1 high school and number 43 in the state, and Cosby is ranked as #2 in Chesterfield and number 46 in the state. At the elementary and middle school level, schools like Greenfield and Midlothian Middle also receive A rankings on niche.com. Also, as a quick tip on that note, both Henrico and Chesterfield counties offer specialty centers and programs within their high schools that students can apply to regardless of what school they're actually zoned for. These programs provide exceptional educational opportunities, but you'll need to plan ahead and understand the application processes. For example, the Center for Communications and Media Relations at Deep Run High School in Short Pump allows students to focus on journalism, digital media, and public relations. In Midlothian, the Health and Science Specialty Center at Cosby County High School prepares students for careers in healthcare, while at Midlothian High School, the IB program is one of the best in the country. These specialty programs can be a game changer for families, allowing your child to receive specialized education regardless of your exact home location. Just be aware that these programs typically have application requirements and deadlines that you'll need to meet. At this point, you might be wondering about the amenities of these areas, and that's what we're going to cover next. But in case you don't know us yet, I wanted to introduce myself. I'm Amanda Seibert with Seibert Real Estate, and for over 15 years, my team and I have helped thousands of home buyers just like you find their perfect home here in Richmond. So whether you're relocating, moving, or investing, we make videos like this every week, covering everything from market shifts to new neighborhoods and even home tours. So if you want to make the best move, make sure you subscribe. Now, let's get back to it. Next, let's talk about lifestyle. Lifestyle is where we start to see even bigger differences between these two suburbs. Outside of downtown Richmond, Short Pump is the retail and dining epicenter of the Richmond metro area. At its center, Short Pump Town Center stands as a premier shopping destination featuring upscale retailers and restaurants. Here you'll find lots of chain restaurants like Maggiano's, Cooper Hawk's Winery, and Bonefish Grill. But in Short Pump, you'll also find lots of standout local restaurants like the Wine Whisperer, which is one of my personal favorites, West Coast Provisions, and the Cocky Rooster. The grocery options in Short Pump are impressive as well. Within a small radius, you'll find Wegmans, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Kroger, and Tom Leonard's. So if you love to cook or are particular about your groceries, you'll definitely appreciate having all of these options nearby. A really accurate term to describe the suburb is convenient. Most amenities are within 5 to 6 minutes from wherever you are in the community. You have soccer fields, country clubs, community pools, and just so much more nearby. My husband and I have 2 kids, so we know how when you're busy with work and family, the convenience is a huge factor. In a minute, we'll be seeing how this impacts prices, but it also impacts the feel of the place. The best way to describe it is that Short Pump has more of a modern vibe with its newer developments and commercial spaces, and those projects don't seem to be stopping anytime soon. The area continues to grow with new mixed-use developments, bringing additional restaurants, boutiques, and entertainment options every year. But of course, this popularity comes with some challenges. Traffic congestion along West Broad Street, particularly during peak shopping hours and rush hour, is something to be aware of. I always encourage clients to visit during morning and evening rush hours. It might not be an enchanting experience in 99% of suburban areas, but it's the best way to get a feel for traffic if you plan on commuting via car. Midlothian, although it has similar amenities, doesn't have the same atmosphere. Midlothian feels a little more spread out than Short Pump. Chesterfield Town Center serves as the main shopping hub here, complemented by various restaurants and shops throughout the area. And while it's not quite as upscale as Short Pump Town Center, recent renovations have definitely improved what it has to offer. Midlothian is a mix of established neighborhoods and new developments. These create more of a relaxed atmosphere, and in most areas, you won't find nearly as much traffic as you do in Short Pump. Here you'll find charming communities alongside modern planned developments, giving you more variety in the types of neighborhoods available. Traffic patterns in Midlothian differ from Short Pump as well. Instead of concentrated congestion on one main road, Midlothian sees just a slight increase in traffic on Highway 288 during commute times, as well as Powhite Parkway, which is maybe the most congested road during commuter hours. The good news is, and one great insider tip, is that residents quickly adapt to this and learn the back roads and alternative routes. Daily commutes become much more manageable that way. The restaurant scene in Midlothian is similar to Short Pump, but with slightly less high-end chain restaurants. Some of our Midlothian favorites are Plaza Azteca, Napa Kitchen and Wine, and Sedona Tap House, as far as national chains go. But the local food scene here is great as well. We love the Boathouse at Sunday Park. You really can't beat the view, and it's very kid-friendly. And then one of our favorite casual spots is Wooden Iron. I think their wings are absolutely the best in town. And if you're looking for more of a place to celebrate a special occasion, we love Chef's Table, an 1870 restaurant and bar. One benefit of Midlothian, though, is that there are tons of new mixed-use developments breaking ground next year that will really add to the lifestyle amenities of the community. You have a Whole Foods coming in right across from Chesterfield Town Center. They're building an NHL-sized hockey rink for the hockey and ice skating enthusiast. They just broke ground on Chesterfield County's largest sports complex called River City Sportsplex this year. So while one kiddo has a soccer game or a football game, you'll have so many great options to entertain their siblings. They have multiple age-appropriate playgrounds, a splash pad, walking trails, and concession stand to keep your other kiddos busy. And last, but certainly not least, is the lake. The lake is a mixed-use development featuring a man-made surf pool, a 13-acre lake with a tow cable for wakeboarding, kayaking, and paddleboarding, and plenty of shopping and dining options. So all of these new developments will bring some of that Short Pump lifestyle to the Midlothian area. So really, the disadvantage of less commercial development than they have in Short Pump really might not be the case a year or so from now. But even if you're already leaning towards a home in either of these neighborhoods, the difference in what you can buy for $500,000 in Short Pump versus $500,000 in Midlothian will definitely be something you'll want to consider. According to the latest real estate market reports, Short Pump's median home sale price currently sits at $604,000 with a price per square foot of $250. That's definitely on the higher end for the Richmond area, and part of the reason for that is that the home values have increased by 9.7% over the last year in Short Pump. So demands for homes here are definitely really high. Over on the other side of the river, Midlothian's housing market tells a different story. The median sales price here is $445,000 with the price per square foot of $224. That's quite a bit less. And as you might have guessed, home values in Midlothian have seen more of a modest 3.8% increase year over year. One thing my team and I track closely is how long homes stay on the market before going under contract. In Short Pump, homes typically stay on the market for 52 days. Midlothian homes, however, move significantly faster. They can be gone in 14 days or less. Understandably, there's more competition for more competitively priced homes in Midlothian, whereas in Short Pump, buyers have a little bit more time to go under contract as days on market is a little bit longer. But what does this all mean for you as a buyer? In Midlothian, your budget will stretch further. You can typically get a newer or larger home for the same price as an older or smaller home in Short Pump. To give you a better idea, let me give you a hypothetical example. A $500,000 budget in Midlothian might roughly get you a 4-bedroom, 2,500 square foot home built within the last decade with modern finishes and a spacious yard. That same budget in Short Pump might limit you to roughly 3 bedrooms, 2,000 square feet, and something that's built in the early 2000s, potentially needing some updates. But remember, that's just to give you an idea. Keep in mind, the better deal isn't always the more affordable option. While Midlothian offers more house for your money, Short Pump's premium prices come with advantages too. You're paying for that prime location, easy access to top-tier amenities, and potentially stronger long-term appreciation due to all the continued commercial development. At the same time, that development is also responsible for increasing traffic, and Midlothian is really gaining on Short Pump as far as development goes, so we're really splitting hairs on what the better investment is. So who should live where? I've seen this happen 100 times, and after helping countless clients find the right fit for them, these are the patterns I can share to help you do the same. Short Pump is ideal for those who prioritize convenience and premium amenities or prioritize proximity to Charlottesville. If having the best shopping, dining, and entertainment options within a few minutes drive is important to you, Short Pump delivers this lifestyle better than anywhere else in Richmond. Families seeking consistently top-rated schools also tend to gravitate towards Short Pump. There's something really reassuring about knowing that virtually every school in the area performs well above average. And the same goes for home buyers looking for newer construction and modern community designs. If you prefer open floor plans and the latest home features and communities with amenities like pools, walking trails, clubhouses, Short Pump has tons of options in this category. Potential appreciation and investment value is also higher, making it the more attractive option for future resale. But that might not be enough to make up for how much more space you get in Midlothian for the same money. If square footage, yard size, and newer features at a lower price point are priorities, Midlothian consistently delivers better value in terms of the physical home itself. Then there's the more relaxed pace with more established trees, varied topography, and the mix of older and newer neighborhoods. With these come the diversity of home styles, some more historic homes, other mid-century ranches, and brand new construction and master plan developments as well. A good idea might be to spend a weekend in each of these suburbs before making the decision. Visit restaurants, shopping centers, neighborhoods, and parks to get a real sense for the area. This small investment of time can prevent the most common source of buyer's remorse, which is not fully understanding the day-to-day lifestyle of where you're moving. So which suburb is best? The truth is, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. But when it comes to Midlothian versus Short Pump, the right choice depends entirely on your lifestyle and needs. If you'd like more details on these areas, or you're looking to buy or sell anywhere in Richmond, my team and I would love to be your real estate resource of choice. So shoot us an email at amanda@seibertre.com, and we'd be happy to point you in the right direction. If you're still not sure and might be afraid there's other options you haven't looked into yet, we made this video right here with the top 10 best neighborhoods in all of Richmond. Just click on this video right here, let us know what you think, and as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.